That one was better.
Well. It is summer officially in the city, and Peru has a new look yet again.
And it's also Pride Month. Yay!
Happy Pride to all the gays, she's,
and days.
People are like the the
girls, gays, and days.
Yeah, but like
my favorite is dolls, dudes, and divas.
Dolls, dudes, and divas. No, but I hate it when sometimes like it's usually millennial or like I don't think they're trying to be cringy, but it's very much like.
Why were you looking at me when you said that? Why were you like? No, because millennials aren't trying to be cringy.
No, I said cringe and I touched you because I was like cringe. She relates, but I was
because I know how to spot it. I would never be cringe in real life.
I don't know, girl. Someone beg to defer.
Who? I want a list. No, they're all messaging me. They're all commenting. No, are you dead? So that's literally all they're asking.
Well, that one video, so on the PNT Pioneers and Trailblazers Instagram, which by the way, if you're not following and listening to this, please follow.
Our reel.
What?
Our reel was doing numbers.
So there's one reel that I of course, who posted it but me, of course. And I gave my precious
weeks ago.
Yes, weeks. And this is before. And somehow it started catching traction, and now it's like 150,000. I know it's not that much to other videos, that we both have. My one 1.5 million, and I'm just like, yeah.
My one 17.1 million. Ooh. That's on TikTok though, not Reels.
I know, so crazy. I know. I mean, Reels hits more because that one has a lot more. The engagement hits different with Instagram numbers than it does for TikTok.
I'm
like
sure.
TikTok, you can have like 1 million, but your followers count can still be low. And like
that's just because people don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, TikTok's, but with Instagram, I feel like there's a little bit more heft because people engage a lot more and they're more inclined to follow content less than TikTok. I feel like with TikTok, it's easy to keep scrolling, like a video, even comment on something that's been trending, and not even look at the account. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
that explains why I have like nearly like 38 million total likes across all videos on TikTok, but the number of followers does not. There are people who have. Yeah, much less likes than I do, and have
I would venture out and say, ask yourself, look yourself in a mirror, and see what's the common denominator. Your face.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Not MJ. Oh my gosh, she's canceled. Cancel her ass.
Is that the one in the music video where it's like?
We're not keep talking about Michael Jackson.
Oh, that song. That's a Michael Jackson song, which again a controversial figure, but
and you know what?
I like that one.
Stop! No, I veto. I do not allow you to song. I do not allow you to talk anymore about MJ. I'm gonna be like Whoopi Goldberg on The View, not saying Trump's name.
Well, they did that on Broad City too. Like the final season, they bleeped every time they say Trump. Every time they say Trump, they bleep it like it's an expletive.
We should keep fucking doing that. Anyway, also, not only is it Pride Month, but it's also like now we have for the first time in American history, a fucking president is a felon. So surf diva.
Yes, you better work. God bless this country.
God bless this country. Really, all the blessings are abound because, as many of you may already know, I had my Joe's Pub debut this past Wednesday. Yeah, hold for applause.
Oh, we should probably introduce ourselves.
Oh, my name is Peru. I'm Pioneer Peru.
Girl, I'm Tribal. Oh my god. Start over.
Listen, sorry. Now that I'm back to being a fucking hot platinum bleach blonde, it's just
you killed all your brain cells.
Yeah, the one that I had left is completely gone. I am Pioneer Peru.
I'm Trailblazer Nick. This is Pioneers and Trailblazers.
And we took a break from PNT to focus on Miss PF. And
I'm sorry, we took a break.
Well, we did that day. That day, some would say that it was objectively about me. Are you okay? Are you okay sharing the spotlight as a white person? Are you okay sharing the spotlight?
I will say I showed up to the afters and I was like, that show wouldn't have happened without me. There would not be a show without the projectionist.
Well, you were in the program.
I am. I worked.
So Nick had an actual job for which he will get paid for. Do not get it twisted.
They worked the fuck out of her. She can't even smile.
But it was a really good time. If I know, actually, there's I think 2 people that talked to me online who said from their reposts that they are townspeople that came to this show. So to those of you who do listen to this and came, thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. And I guess I will say, for like, just allow me to talk about the show for like 2 minutes. because the build-up, you know, I've been wanting to do this since back in November. Got the date on January. So for all the build-up to go into this one show, like, it felt like a long build-up, you know?
For sure.
But it finally happened, and Nick got booth seats.
I was in the booth.
Working her ass off.
I hadn't been in a tech booth since college, and oh my god, it's like riding a bike. I literally was so nervous. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to remember how to do any of this stuff. And then, thankfully, girl, second nature. Thank you, Miss NYU. Thank you, Miss NYU, for teaching me that.
And also thank you, Kat and Sean from Joe's Pub, for being there with my sister.
Shout out. They're lovely.
And honestly, also shout out. I my one instance of like lack of self promotion, because I was so exhausted and just overwhelmed when the show ended. And I already told you this, because I really want to continue. It's like my one soundbite. You know how Julianne Moore, how her soundbite during December.
Oh, where she's like,
she's like, she was a princess, needed to be rescued.
Yeah, and there was something about like, what happens if she like eats her femininity?
Yes.
It's like, okay, girl.
No, but I mean,
but I love it. I love her.
There's also my soundbite for the show when people ask me what I felt about it. My like the Hollywood Reporter round table,
which the new one just came out. I watched it at work.
I watched it. It was good. We can discuss it.
We'll talk it. I Miss Sofia Vergara. I love her.
Oh.
Her being like
revelation. You know she's gonna be fantastic for press during award ceremony.
Oh, 100%. Well, and then she was just sitting at that table and she was there.
She's like, I know nothing.
No, she's like, I know nothing. And did you get to the part where she was like, they're never gonna cast me as a scientist? And all the women are like, yes, you can be a scientist. And then she literally rolls her eyes and she goes, yeah, if I produce it.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, okay, well, let me make that comment and go to Just Pop, because the thing is with the round table and with they're always, and now there's always that one person who kind of just gets really real, which in this case was Sophia. Like, she was being a genuine person discussing the industry, because
and Jennifer Aniston is like crying every like 2 minutes. She's like, oh my god, wow, that just hit me in a way like I'm gonna start crying.
Whoa. And then like Bree's just literally just there.
No, Bree's like every time they ask her a question, she's like getting ready to like have to defend herself.
Yeah, they're like, why?
Because she got a lot of hate during Captain Marvel, like online from people. People just did not. They like really for some reason went against her, and they're like, we all hate Brie Larson.
Yeah, but I guess she did speak about the pressures of being a superhero and her reaching out to all the new people.
Right, she's talking about that now, but like previously, like I think there was like a huge hate train for her online, specifically by men.
Of course, because they're fucking misogynistic assholes.
Right, and so then she like, so it was just, there were moments where she was like, they're like, oh, you ready for the next question? She goes, oh, I don't know, like, let's hear it. Let's hear what the question is.
Yeah, and well, you know what? You should watch it. But anyway, the one thing with Sophia is that like at these Hollywood round tables, like they're always like, they're never specific. Like, yeah, they may be vulnerable, like about an experience on set, but no one ever gets like truly specific. Like, no one ever dishes true tea. They're
afraid they don't want to risk their jobs.
They're always very surface. But so, and it was funny because next to Sofia Vergara was Jodie Foster, and Sofia was saying like, listen, like, I got this thick accent, and no one gonna fucking hire me as a scientist, you know? Like, she's so self-aware of what she's seen, and it's so beautiful to like her. Even the entire round table was her just being like, I don't know how y'all do it. Yeah. I don't know. Like, comedy's so much. But she and I think it's actually much more commendable for her to really be like, I was just trying to do something different, and like she killed it.
Well,
Have you even seen Griselda yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Bitch, you need to watch it. But I mean, even just hearing her talk about it is, I'm sure like they maybe even give you a little bit more of intrigue in watching it, you know, to see her do something so different. And she's like, yeah, they're never casting me as a scientist. And Jodie Foster, she was like, oh, come on, you could totally get. And I know Jodie wasn't trying to be condescending; she was trying to be supportive. But Sophia's like, she literally rolled her eyes. She was like, yeah, if I produce it.
And then she said immediately after, and it probably won't be that good.
Yeah.
And then they're all like, and then she like made a comment. She's like, I don't even want to be a scientist. Yeah. She was like, and then she was like, I was given this body, and like showing her off her boobs. It was so funny.
But it's so real, and I do believe like I wanted to hop on right there, ask the fucking because the fucking lady who like love her,
Lacey Rose,
I love you, Lacey. Just a quick note, it would be nice for Lacey.
Not the note.
It would be nice for her to just be like, oh, let me hold on to that and actually open up the thing. You know, it's like, why don't more people get cast as scientists that like have accents or like
racism?
So there was a question there to be made if you wanted to really open up the discussion, but the comment was made and it wasn't explored, and I felt that was a very big miss.
Sure.
Because I was, you know, because when I watch these videos, I talked, like I pause and pretend like I'm answering the question.
Yeah.
So I'm practicing. I'm training.
No, I do it in the shower. Yeah. I like pretend like I like have whatever project that I'm like working on at the current moment. Then I'm like, I imagine that like it's just come out. It's like critically lauded. I'm getting a lot of like awards buzz kind of thing. And then they're asking like, so the work.
Yeah.
So you show up on set. What is it like?
Right.
And then I'm like, well, so okay, listen. So I have to, it's a lot of preparation. And like I want to be like a really good.
And so my soundbite for Joe's Pub, like as I've rehearsed it already, I would say something like, I kind of want to talk about it as if I were responding it, in press, and then actually tell you the story.
I'm Lacey Rose.
So you're Lacey Rose. So you're like, okay, so ask me a question. So like, okay, so white savior.
So white savior. What do you want me to ask? How does it tie into?
What was like your takeaway? Like, ask me something about like what did you learn from like doing that on your own?
Okay.
We're in character.
Okay, ready and scene.
Mm-hmm.
Peru. Let's go to you next, because you had White Savior just open up, and it obviously met with critical praise by all major publications, and was sold out and all those kinds of things.
New York Times cover, crazy.
New York Times cover, it's led into like a lot of like bigger and better things. Mm-hmm. So just to ask, what is it like from your perspective to create a show from nothing to final product, especially, trying to break into this industry that can be so difficult for people who are, have a voice that maybe isn't what the studios are looking for.
Mm-hmm. And, a word that really struck me when you were interviewing me just now, you used the word nothing. And to me, that really hits differently because I did come from nothing, like I have no relations to anyone in the industry, I really, sorry, I'm getting emotional.
No, please take your time. Do you need tissue?
I think we're ready.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much. But I will say, I feel like I never really knew the impact that I was going to have. I never really, as I've discussed here with all these crazy legends,
Right, of course we have Meryl Streep,
who I love. And by the way, can I just say, Lacey, I'm so glad that you're doing, like gender neutral.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tables. I feel like it's a really good move on you guys' end.
We were getting a lot of hate from Gen Z online, so we had to do something quick.
And I did famously, and we're gonna be
I think you did tweet me. You did tweet me.
I did remember that too.
Yeah, I do remember.
Oh my god! But listen, like things happen for a reason, and now I'm here, and I'm so blessed.
Yeah,
so I'm happy to have let that and open that conversation.
Very true.
But to go back to the impact, really, ultimately, I never really thought that it was going to be appealing or it was going to be relatable to anyone but myself. And even with that, I went in there blindly, just said, I'm going to tell my story, and whoever wants to receive it will receive it. When the show was over, the very first time, before it got on Broadway, before it became a movie, which is what we're discussing now.
Right, of course, because you're in the talks for Oscar.
And it's like I mean, I can't even begin to go into that. I don't want to get into that headspace. It's really not about the awards.
Right, it's about the work.
It's about the work.
Yeah.
But so when I first did my show with my beautiful collaborator Nick, who's at this table too.
Oh, hi Nick, nice to see
Nick.
you.
Hi.
We'll get to you in a second.
Yeah. But anyway, the show was done, and I was so exhausted. I didn't know what I had just done. I kind of just like went blank, and I was backstage. This is when the real part comes in. So I was backstage, and then this person who works at Joe's Pub, who was part of the staff, came and tapped me on the shoulder, and I was like, oh, I just come off stage. I was sweating. I wasn't really feeling my best. I was like, I don't know what just happened. And then he comes up to me. He goes like, hey, I just want to let you know that I was the staff at Joe's Pub, and I'm also Peruvian, and I want to let you know that show like really affected me, and I felt really seen.
Wow.
And it was so now we're back to real, but it was such a nice moment.
Oh wait, I
also like, wasn't it amazing? We're meant for this.
I was gonna throw in a little, like, I thought we were gonna finish, then I'm like, so Meryl, ever sucked dick in a dressing room? But we didn't get to that. I wanted you to be like the verge of tears, and you being like, so like it just feels so good to know that like the work that I'm doing has left an impact. I'm like, totally. So Meryl, sucking dick in a dressing room. You done it?
No, because at the end she was like, okay, let's finish with something silly.
What emoji do you use?
What emoji do you use? That would be your question. Right. Let's do something silly, guys. Tell us the craziest place you've sucked dick at.
And then they'd literally be like, cut the cameras.
No, and everyone's just like, oh.
No, everyone's publicist is, you don't actually have to answer that.
Yeah.
Actually, we plead the fifth.
No, my publicist gets something like, Peru, please don't answer that.
Mine's like, Nick, please stand up, say something.
Well, yeah, it was such a sweet moment. I mean, he was Peruvian, and I was like, this is, I mean, what are the chances that there's a Peruvian staff member on the show?
No, that is like, it is, wow.
So are you actually being...
No, I'm being genuine, because I was there when this individual came up to Peru.
Yeah.
You were in the middle of getting your photo taken, and they were like, oh my God, saw the whole thing happen. It was so sweet. And then they ended up coming down, and y'all did a little shot together.
I know. And also, by the way, I could tell he was a little bit, already like, ooh, girl. You know, like he was like having some mommy juice of his own watching the show, probably.
Oh, trust and believe. I mean, he was a waiter. Server.
Yeah. But anyway, so if I didn't tell him to listen to Pioneers and Trailblazers, my one time never to just be about self-promotion, which I am for.
Yeah.
Nick and I get introduced to anybody, and I'm just like, yeah, listen to this, watch this, go to the link in my bio. Like, I have the link on my body right now. Actually, touch me right now. There'll be a QR code tattooed on my body.
You have a tramp stamp.
Yeah, my link, my tramp stamp, so QR code to my link tree.
So then that way they scan the link tree, and then you kind of slide down your underwear a little bit, so they see your crack, and you're like, well, if they want it, they can fuck
I'm getting pounded doggy style, and I'm just like, so you see the QR
Scan
code?
the QR code. Scan the kid.
But I mean, did you have a good time? Did you have a good night? It was a fun night.
No, it was fun. I just reminded me, because I went to school to be an actor, as some of you may know. I have a BFA, but I haven't worked in a theater since graduating college, which was 3 years ago. And so it was nice to be in that environment for the first time and actually do something that felt, I don't know, it felt like I was participating and was in the joint effort to make the show happen, which was great. I just love any sort of moment to collaborate and make art, and it was so much fun. And I wore my all blacks to sit in the booth, and there was a moment where someone who worked in the restaurant at Joe's Pub, I think, thought that I was a server. So when I was going out on stage, going to take all of the set pieces out onto the stage, they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm helping set up the show. And they were like, oh, you don't work here? And I was like, no. And they're like, oh, okay, the all black. And I was like, yeah. I was just like the servers, they wore all black.
Yeah. And you were like, did you go to school?
I was like, oh my God. But it was fun. I had a lovely time. I had a lovely conversation with town council member Matt afterwards.
Oh my God. And town council members also, there's 2 huge bouquets, but we're displaying them today in the video just to commemorate. Thank you for your roses.
Thank you. So it was lovely. Got a drink. We had a lovely time, and it was just a really fun night, and I had a lovely experience.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of my sister.
Thank you. I really felt supported by you, finally. And I really felt...
After I literally support you all day, every day, basically breaking my back to support.
Sure.
I literally have the scoliosis from the amount of support that I offer you from
carrying all that white guilt.
Thank you for acknowledging.
I'm
glad that you said it. That
shut you up.
Yeah.
But it was fun. But that being said, because of that, I really wasn't in a... we were talking with town council member Matt the day of the show, because the dressing room that I got was actually huge.
Oh, insane.
And of course, and true stylings of my friends being shocked at anything that I do being actually nice. What happened?
There's nothing. It's just I don't know what's going on with the mommy juice today. There's just it just hit the back of my throat in a way that I don't know.
Oh, is it the ice?
It might be the ice.
Oh no, is it a weird taste?
A little bit, but it's not bad.
Oh, it's icy taste.
Yeah, it tastes it just tastes like tap water a little bit, but it's not bad.
Okay, wow.
I love tap water.
Some of us only drink tap water. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know, but Nick has he buys fucking smart water by the freaky
girl.
pack.
I wish I could.
That's all he has. It is fridge is full of smart water.
You look at my fridge. There's just the giant Brita. There's just the giant Brita whose filter I have not changed in maybe a year.
I just drink straight from the faucet.
I mean, I literally just fill it up, so I put it in the fridge. So I have ice cold water, but it's not filtered really, because I haven't got a new filter because I'm just lazy. Anyway,
so I did the dressing room. So the dressing room we got there, and Joe's Pub is actually, I mean, for the venue being been there for so long, the dressing room was actually so, I mean, modern and nice and big.
well, the public's got money.
Yeah, they get some money.
They can afford.
Which I love. I love you, the public. I love you, Just Pub. We will never hear me say anything negative about them.
No, never. I want to. Oh my god, I would love to do a show at the public.
Oh my god, you should try it.
Well, no, I don't want to do Just Pub. I want to do the public.
Well, me too. Theater. But like, things get curated at Just Pub, and then they can move over to the public.
Oh, I'm sure.
Which is what I'm trying to do, Mama.
Oh no, we know. We know.
Yeah,
we're aware. We're aware of the master plan.
We know. But anyway, so there was going to be this chunk of time in the middle of the day because we had tech all morning, and then I was going to Laura's bored to tears to be telling this.
She's like, oh my god.
This is not her again.
She's like, do we really? He's like, you did this Hollywood Reporter roundtable like literally an hour ago. Why are we sitting through this again? I've already heard it all.
By the way, it wasn't an hour. It was 2 hours, so I just kept pausing to answer myself the question.
And Clover's like, can you stop? I want to hear what Sophia has to say.
Yes, please let Sophia speak.
She's like, I love Griselda.
Oh, he saw Griselda with me. Trust and believe. Anyway, so I was considering just to release some stress, like having a grinder hookup come to Joseph, because I had like the security clearance. So I was gonna be like, okay, we can add them to the list.
I can sneak you in the back.
Can sneak you through security, be like, hey, he's part of the show, and we can lock the door, and like the space is really nice to just have sex at and like clean up, like it's a good space. And then I was like, I don't want to get distracted from my craft. I was like, I don't want to just be like waiting for somebody to want to fuck me.
A true artist.
So I gave up dick for. Well, I mean, I gotta dig down
after.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Well, I don't know that I want to talk about this person specifically.
Oh, well, you have to tell me off pod.
Yeah, but
I'll talk about the dick that I got into this week.
Yeah. So I guess that being said, I was busy being not a whore for once this week.
We shifted roles because I was getting whored out on Monday.
Whored out
because we were supposed to rehearse on Monday, but then you ended up meeting with your dancers instead, and then we rehearsed on Sunday the day before, so I didn't have to. So then I had my Monday evening off, and I had already told my writers group that I couldn't meet, and they had over the weekend decided that they were just not going to meet because it was Memorial Day, and they're like, well, let's just have the day off, it's a holiday, whatever. And so I was like, oh, I have my afternoon off. I worked brunch, so I was done at 4, and I was horny as fuck. And I've been keeping my douche bulb in my bag just in case the opportunity were to arise.
Gotta be prepared. So I'm out of prep too.
Oh, I just got my refill and my Doxy Pep. But so Bald Man, who's the only man that I've been hooking up with. If you listen to last week's episode, I talk about him. I think when we were just kind of did side stuff together. Mm-hmm. So I met up with him again. He messaged me, and he was like, "Hey, like, what are you doing today?" And I was like,
"What do you feel about sides?"
Well, I'm gonna get kind of into that.
Okay, great.
Because anyway, the older bald man. I really enjoy having sex with him. He's good at what he does, but he like messages me and he was like, what are you doing today? And I was like, I work until 4. And he goes, oh, you're done pretty early. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, well, if you're not doing anything, like if you want to hang out, let me know. And he was like, for sure. He's like, text me, let me know. So I get off of work, and then as soon as I leave work, I go pick up poppers because I was like, I'm out of poppers, and I was like, I might as well just like get them.
What'd you get?
I just got Super Rush.
I have yet to buy Rush.
But girl, but they charged me $15 for the little one.
The little one? It's $12.
Oh, no. Because he at first at the smoke shop that I went to, they had the little ones and then they had the big ones. And so I normally get the big one. And every time I've gone
for 16.
Yeah.
The big one's for 16.
He was trying to charge me $25 for that big one. And I said absolutely not.
He was just trying to fucking scam your ass. Oh. At that point, I would have been like, absolutely.
Oh, no,
I get this for 16 across the street.
No, and I literally said, I was like, no. And because he's like, you can do two little ones for 25, because like deal or whatever, or it's one for 15. And I was like, no. And he's like, sorry. And in every other place that I went to, like before, they didn't have like poppers. And so I was like, this is my last option, like the last place I'm gonna stop by before I like get to this man's apartment. I was like, whatever. I was like, fine. I bought them the little one for 15, because then I was like, well, how much is the big one? And he was like, 25. And I was like, girl. And I literally looked at him and I was like, girl. And he was like, what? And he knew he was scamming me.
Yeah.
And I was like, just give me the little one. And so then I bought it. And I was like, whatever. I like needed poppers anyway. So then I smoked a joint because man's dick is huge. Like, and then literally I mentioned this in a previous episode, but like the first time I went over, he was like, the next time you come over, you should probably like smoke a little bit so you're a little bit more relaxed for my cock. And I was like, oh, duly noted. So then I get to his apartment. I smoked on my way there. He welcomes me in. As soon as I get in, we're like making out. He's like getting me undressed. He was like, he normally like shaves or like trims his body hair, but it was like growing back. So it was sexy. Like, it was scruffy. And I was like, I was like, oh yes. And so then we're like making out or whatever. And he was like, oh, do you need a shower? And I was like, yeah. He's like, let's shower together. And I said, okay, I'm going to need the shower alone first. Yeah. I was like, I'll call you in when I'm done. And he said, perfect. So I douche. The douche is good. We're done. I get into the shower. I'm like, you can come in.
With your towel like around your head.
No, I was just like really naked in the shower. And then he like comes in or whatever. And then he like does the thing. Like he's really into my long hair. I've mentioned it before. And he's like really into like getting me wet and like playing with it or whatever. Mm. So we're doing that. And we were like hooking up in the shower.
So this is your third time?
Fourth.
Oh, fourth.
So then we moved to the bedroom. And he was like, you think you can take my cock today? And I was like, yeah, daddy. Yeah, you can. So then we're like doing our stuff. Like we're sucking dick, whatever, jerking each other off. And then finally he's like, oh, you want to fuck? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, how do you want it? And I was like, well, I'm going to have to start writing it. And he said, great. So he gets on his back. I put the condom on. We lube up. I finger myself. Like basically like near fist myself. Because I'm like, I was like, for some reason, my hole just felt real tight that day. I was like, I know that I'm going to need to spend a little extra time stretching her. So then I get...
He doesn't do that for you?
He normally does, but on Monday, like, we just didn't get to it, and then he's like, get on it. And I was like, okay, hold on 1 second. I was like, let me just do it real quick. So then I get on his dick.
And you know what I hate, as you're talking about that? I hate it when they're like, when you're like trying to be like slow or whatever, and they just like try to like be cute and like ram it in.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, if you're a top and you think that's you being cute or just trying to like, no, we're taking it at our pace when the first goes in. After... When it's already been fully in and we know it's comfortable
and we're relaxed,
then you play with like pounding or doing peekaboo, like do all the games. Like,
but if you try to ram that shit in before I'm ready, oh girl, I'm running into that kitchen, grabbing a butcher knife and cutting that shit off.
And listen, like if you've never bottomed, you don't understand the tension when that happens, and like it hurts. And then like, that kind of hurt and tension goes all the way up to like the tippy toes of your hair, like, and it takes a second to get back from that. Like, it's so don't do that. So
anyway, I'm like slowly like sliding down. And he's like, take your time. I'm like, yeah. Oh, trust and believe, I'm taking my time. And I think I only got it like
3 hours later.
I really only got it halfway in. And he's like, are you okay? Because I was like taking a while. Because it was, girl, he's girthy. And like, again, I was feeling pretty tight. And I didn't get stretched out that much before him. So I was like, we're going slow. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And he was like, did you smoke weed before you got here? And I was like, oh, yeah, I smoked a joint. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, honestly, I have poppers in my bag if we need. And then he's one of those people that doesn't like poppers because he's like, no, you don't need them. He's like, he's like, unless like you really want to. He's like, but I don't think you need them. And I'm like,
don't tell me what I need.
Yeah, don't tell me that. I'm like, listen, if you don't like poppers, that's fine. Yeah. Like, whatever.
Also, with a big dick, like, it makes it. That's the whole purpose of it. Like, it makes it enjoyable.
Yeah, it makes it easier. It makes it
hornier because I'm just like, oh, I'm doing it.
I know. And so then I was like, okay, I know I can take it without the poppers because I've done it before. Let's just be slow. So finally, we got to the point where I got on. We're good. We're fucking. The sex is good. He's fucking me up. And then he jerks me off until I come. Like, I finish. And he didn't finish. So then he was then fucking me for a little bit longer. And then he, like, pulled out. And then, because I, like, needed a second. Because we were going for a while. And I was, like, my whole kind of was, like, tired. I was, like, I need a second. And then he, like, pulled out and whatever. And we were done. And then he was, like, you think you can come again? And I was, like, oh, I need a minute. And he was like, well, no, of course, like, we're gonna rest. He's like, I'm gonna fuck another load out of you. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, knowing full well that will not happen.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, the way that
so
like,
you were scheming.
Oh, no, like, I had come, like, when I came, girl, that was everything. Mm-hmm. Like, it was big.
Oh yeah, you've talked about this.
And I was like, my body, like, there's nothing left. Like, I couldn't even get hard again. Like, we were like,
you're like SpongeBob when he's dry.
Yeah. We were like laying in his bed and we were chatting and stuff, and we were like catching up or whatever in between the sesh and like whatnot. And then he was hard the whole time, like rock hard. Like, he was just like jerking himself off the whole time while we're talking or whatever. And then there'd be times where he'd like reach down and like touch me or whatever. Soft Play-Doh, like not gonna happen. And then he started fucking me again. Meanwhile, again, I'm like still soft, like can't do it. And then I got to the point where he had me standing. We were standing over his bed, like standing over the edge of his bed, and he was fucking me doggy, just like ramming it. And I was like, I was like, like it was like, because mind you, we've been fucking for like a full hour at that point, and I was tired. I was like, girl, like there's gonna be nothing left. Like she's gonna be gaping. Like I don't know what's going on. I was like, I just want to be done. I was like, I'm not horny anymore. Like I feel nothing. Like this isn't doing anything for me. And then finally, like he kind of like stopped, and I was like, I think I gotta be done. And he was like, okay. And I was like, I honestly don't think I'm gonna come again. And he was like, really? And I was like,
does he usually last this long, or did the last few times he came?
No, he usually lasts like a while, because like he normally like every time that we've had sex, like he'll jerk me to completion, and then once I come, then he'll just jerk himself off until he comes. And so then that's what happened. Like so then he stopped fucking me, and then he just jerked off on me until like he came, and then we just like both took a shower together and then called it or whatever. But I was just like so exhausted. I was like, sweetie, we cannot. I don't know if it's just me getting older or like what, but I'm just like, normally sometimes I'm like, yeah, fuck me for hours, but I that was not in the mood for that night, for that day, that afternoon. But it was lovely. He's a lovely man. And then I told him, I said, I like it when you let your body hair grow out. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, it's really sexy. And then he always like, he does this thing whenever I'm sucking his dick where like, again, he like loves the long hair, so he's like kind of like playing with it in my face, and like he just like stares at me, and like he's like, you look so beautiful doing that. And I'm like, thank you.
I love it when like they pet your hair like you're like a little
Don't say it.
You know what I was trying to say?
Oh, I know what you're trying to say. I know what you were trying to say.
Like sweetly, like you're innocent.
Yeah.
Like you're an innocent man.
No, but it's just nice to hear you're beautiful. Girly. It's just nice to hear that you're beautiful when you have a giant penis in your mouth.
I'm editing this one, but I mean the thing is like, let's be clear that a lot of us bottoms do the whole like look up puppy eye thing. We do because we know some of these fucking fags love that, you know. Yeah. And I like being like, oh my god, like Puss in Boots, you know, from Shrek.
Yeah. I'm aware.
You know, with him with a hat, like looking up, like with, you know, catty like meow eyes.
Right. And you're like, it's so big.
It's like, oh my god, like woo.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. No.
But I like, the thing is like, I don't necessarily like to go straight in a row for like an hour. For me, like,
I need breaks.
Yeah, but also, I mean, not to divulge much, but I did have sex 3 times over a period of time, Sunday night to Monday morning. And what I've been having lately is, well, I guess I lied when I say like I wasn't really having sex with you, because I definitely have, but this one specific person. But what I have been having is like morning sex, which I missed. I hadn't had morning sex in a long time. And there's something about me with morning sex that I just feel like, especially when like it's morning sex, like after a night out, like, and like this particular guy was here, and like we you know, like we woke up and like I was already horny, so like I love that moment during morning sex when like you don't have to say a word, but like you're just like tussling in bed and you're like, you know, you're just like touching each other and you haven't even said a word since the night before, like you haven't spoken. It's like a silent film, and then like you're like feeling each other, and then he's hard, and then I'm just like and I'm just like, stick it in.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, my favorite part of morning sex.
I live on the Upper East Side. I've mentioned him before in the pod. He ended up being really rude to me at the very end of our like relationship. Like we weren't together. We were just kind of like fuck buddies who like lived. But he was the one that was like, when we were making out, he's like, you don't have to make the noise when we make out. That guy.
Buzzkill.
And I was like, oh, that's literally the last time I saw him. But anyway, I would have morning sex with him all the time because he would come over to my apartment, fuck me, like, at night. I'd spend the night, or he'd spend the night. The next morning, we'd wake up, like, 7 a.m., 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And, like, we'd both, like, his dick was huge. And, like, he'd wake up with, like, a giant like boner, and I'd just be like, ugh. And the next thing I know, like we're under my blankets and we're just like I'm on top of him just riding or whatever, and he's just fucking the shit out of me.
There's something about the energy in the morning because it's also like very,
and my whole like was already kind of stretched out.
Of course, it's the thing. Like your body's still like in that mode from the night before, so it's just like okay.
That.
Oh my God, it was so nice. It was very nice.
He's cringy on Twitter now, so I don't care.
Cringe. What happened on Thursday is that this particular person had to leave to go catch a train. And I was like, oh my God, don't, like, and I was like, he was literally trying to like get out of the bed, like, and like climbed on top of me as I was literally just trying to keep his like fucking cock in my mouth. And I was like, no, but it was like, I was chasing it. I was like, don't leave. He's like, oh my God, like I would stay here forever, but just like, I gotta go. And I was like, no, please. Like he's like pulling me out of my room with like holding onto the cock. I'm like, no.
You rip it off.
I'm like, please.
And then you have to go to the hospital. It's a whole thing.
But it is very nice. I like it.
Yeah, morning sex. That's why I want a boyfriend, so I could just have morning sex.
I mean, I guess it is, like I will only let someone sleep over if like I feel comfortable waking up next to the person, because I really am like fucking Kristen Wiig in Bridesmaids when I wake up in the morning and like there's someone next to me that I'm not sure, like I need to go freshen up, like wet my face, make sure my hair looks okay, like I don't want to look ugly, like I don't want them to see me ugly.
Do you want to see a photo of what I looked like the morning after with a man? I look I look so fucked up. Oh, here we go. That's how crazy I looked. My hair.
That's kind of cute. You don't look great, but your hair was short too.
Yeah, but
that doesn't look bad. That's
meanwhile,
cute.
That's him next to me, hairy back.
Oh, that's his back.
That's his back.
You're like, oh my God, my man.
No, not even. He was so gross. I blocked him. I blocked him after.
He was gross, and you had slept over.
I talked about it. It was the guy. This was back in. Oh, what day was this? Oh, I closed out. I talked about in the pod. It was like he invited me out for a drink, and he was like,
he's the one that just like, oh no, have more drinks.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm only gonna do one drink. And he's like,
he had 3,
and he's like, but I paid for a round of drinks.
Yes,
and I was like,
that was him.
That was him.
When you came in and his roommate was being awkward, and you were like, hey,
yes,
yeah, I hate him.
And then he like fully brought me over for the pretense of hooking up, and then as soon as like we got back to his apartment, he was like, I'm tired, and then I was like, okay, and then he's like, let's go to bed. I didn't want to do that.
You also revisit that. I don't forgot what episode that was. Well, around this December.
This was December.
It was cold. December.
Yeah, early December.
December archives.
Yeah, take a look.
Take a look.
But I looked when I woke up the next morning. I looked kind of crazy.
He thinks he looked crazy. He looked fine. You look cute. No, for me, it's like not only is it that I need my contacts. Like I wear glasses when I'm, obviously when I wake up. My hair is kind of stubborn. Only now, now that I have short hair. Spoiler alert for those visual learners. For those who are not visual learners, my look is very different right now. Because like after the work I put in, like to White Savior, I was really doing method. I was like, trying to be as, feeling my brown fantasy. But now, taking a break. Going back to the white woman that I am.
You're taking a break from You're taking a break from your identity.
From my identity, and I'm just putting a pause on that.
Oh God, I got it. Cool. I love that you could do that.
I know. But anyway, should we go into like some suggestions?
Yeah, let me look.
Thank you to everyone. While Nick pulls up the Pioneers and Trailblazers Instagram, make sure that if you're watching, what happened? What happened?
This guy that I follow on Instagram is so sexy. He and I matched on Hinge like a long ass time ago.
Who is he? He's from Barcelona, girl.
No, that's not where he's from. That's just where he like is visiting. He like is from London. He was visiting New York like years ago when I was like I think maybe a junior or senior in college, and we matched and like talked for like maybe a day, but we followed each other on Instagram. He's so sexy. He's my dream man. Like that. Like you know what he's so hot. He's so hot, and he came and visited like the summer, like maybe like this was last summer before, and I saw him on the grid and I tapped him and he just never responded.
Well, too bad.
Sorry for the tangent.
If you're a visual learner and you're watching this on the tube, make sure you drop a comment right now just to tell us where you're watching from, what it is that you're doing right now. Are you like in a school break, work break? Are you just waking up?
Okay, shout out time.
Oh my God, it is shout out time. Oh, I'm gonna have to. I have one specific person I want to shout out. Oh no, you go ahead. Start with the shout out.
Okay, we're starting with Val from Miami. Shout out. Shout out to Glasgow. I don't know if you want us to say your Instagram user, so I'm just gonna keep it out, but
or I guess that's just like the name of the user or whatever.
Well, Jonathan.
Okay, Jonathan.
Finland. I don't know how to say this person's name. And then we have Jules, big fan from San Antonio, Texas, talking to someone twice your age. I'm 25. He's 54. This person is talking to somebody twice. Talking to someone twice your. Oh, okay. Sorry. Miss big fan from San Antonio, Texas has a town hall suggestion, but I'll get to that in a second. Ryan from Houston, shout out to Ryan.
Yes, Houston. Dang, a lot of Texas lately. Oh, Finland's also new on our map. We haven't done Finland yet.
Right, we have Paul from Lisbon.
Oh my God!
Shout out
Portugal and Finland, 2 new countries to our map.
Bryant, shout out from Boston, Massachusetts. We have Marls from Botswana, shout out. And then we also have their names not in their user, but shout out from Houston, Texas.
Oh my God, the Texas we love.
Okay.
I have to before you go, I have to specifically, I think we might need to induct someone to the town council. This is going to be up for consideration at the next town council meeting. But Diego from Spain, Miss Diego has been, and I've also talked with Diego actually on Insta. I know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We're that was about the wine. I took a sip of the wine and I was a little ugh.
Here, just like try to.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Listen, you'll drink it.
So Diego from Spain.
Miss Diego from Spain. When we said a few episodes back, like, go to, back on the YouTube, if you're a townsperson who is a visual learner, go back, comment on an old video, just go revisit, do whatever you can to support. When we tell you to do that, it's just to get the algorithm to pick it up for more people to find it, right? So, like, that's the reason why we ask you to do these things. Miss Diego from Spain went back on every video.
Oh, shut up.
Because I was tracking it. And continues to do so.
Wait, thank you, Diego.
Diego from Spain, you are a true committed, responsible townsperson trying to spread the gospel. You've said that you've shared it with your friend. Like, you're amazing. You're, like, really on your way to be part of the town council. Like, the dedication Diego displayed on commenting on every video does not go unnoticed. So we love you, Spain. Te queremos mucho.
Love. So the town hall suggestions that we have, one is talking to someone twice your age, and then for context, I'm 25, he's 54. And then the other town council or town hall suggestion is, what do I do when I'm talking to a nice guy but he bores me to death?
Well, by that I think you mean like when you're like on a date, like you're romantically talking.
You're interested in somebody, like either sexually, romantically, but they're boring. One, that just means that they're not for you, diva. If you're bored by them, it's just you're never gonna find them interesting. I hate to say it.
I mean, this kind of correlates with something we have talked about just today. That like sometimes you can be sexually attracted to somebody, but then you meet them in person and they're just very like quiet or bland, and then you're like, okay, so like, am I sexually interested? Yeah. Like, is it worth pursuing something maybe just for the sex? You could.
Yeah, that's how I like. Listen, there are so many lovely men out there who are so gorgeous, and I would love to have sex with. But after having a conversation with them, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
There's not a whole lot to work with, and I'm the kind of person. Listen, I can separate those two things. I can separate romance and sex most of the time, depending on the situation. And so I think if this is the kind of situation that you're in, for example, I think either you decide to give it a rest and just be like, okay, hanging up the towel, like this is just a lost cause.
Yeah.
Or you could continue to pursue it, but with the pretense that it's just sexual. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to go about it. Like, if you like this person and you're interested in them enough to like have a friendship and like a sexual relationship with them, certainly something you could pursue. But when it comes to like romance and dating, girl, if you're bored by them, you are setting yourself up for a really shitty time because it's never going to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And honestly, when you're saying like, oh, when you're talking to someone who's nice but they're boring, it's like, you know, like, how do you say this? Like, we've all been in that position where we're just like, oh, if this person were only, you know, like, oh, you feel like you can change the person or you'll make them fine.
You can't.
You can't. But you can definitely sleep with them. I mean, how many porn stars do we see online that were like, oh my god, they're like so boring, but like they're so hot, and like ultimately you're like, yeah, we'll let them fucking fuck me. It's not gonna be the most.
It's not husband.
Exhilarating.
That's not my husband.
No, husband chill. But then sometimes like you do what you can when it comes to sex. Like again, like I think porn is a really good example because there's a lot of sometimes I go back to some porn where the guy is not doing much, but he hot. I will air her house out, and I am not, y'all can, whatever, you can clip this. I don't care.
No one's clipping.
Shut up.
You're clipping it yourself. You're like, clip it if you want. It's you in your bedroom. All the lights are off. It's like 2 a.m. and you're like, I just gotta get this video ready to post.
Listen, eventually they'll start clipping. Yeah, I believe in the townspeople, so don't fucking diminish their fucking like wants to clip. Maybe
has any of them expressed the want to clip?
Maybe they'll clip. You know what? Clip. They will clip. Okay.
Who are you airing out?
Timothy Champagne.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
No.
Miss Timothy. But this is actually a compliment. Sometimes I go back to a Miss Timothy Champagne video, not because I think he's doing the most work.
His old haircut? Tragic.
Oh, his short one or the long one?
No, the one that's like shaved on the sides. Like, he just like does not look cute there. He looks so, like, having the longer hair fits his face better.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I like the shorter hair curly too. No, but... Listen, when Miss Champagne, because we have to talk about Miss Champagne respectfully.
Right, of course.
When Miss Champagne
recognize the work.
Miss Champagne is, I've seen her progression in the industry. Miss Champagne was doing collabs with Miss Carter,
who recently got canceled.
So we will not be discussing more about Miss Carter.
She's done.
She's done, but it is a matter.
If she ever wants to come on the pod to plead her side of the case.
Honestly, that would
you imagine? That would be so funny.
Actually, Ace Carter,
open invitation.
The townspeople will clip this one. Miss Ace Carter, if you want to come
again,
to the
it's just you clipping.
If you want to come and discuss the alleged, well, actually, it's not really alleged because
it's just a video that they posted.
Saw, yeah. Okay. So the true tea, we can talk about it. Fuck it, it's part of gay culture. Let's fucking talk about it. Let's do it. Miss Ace Carter was canceled because they did a video in which there was like. Basically like a kid bedroom. That was the kid scenario.
Yeah, the premise.
I never saw it, but I heard it.
I
heard enough. I didn't need to see it.
I saw a screenshot of. I think the video probably got taken down, but it was like it was a role play situation in which the role play was like either dad or like big bro, and then like little bro, and then it was like in a little kid's bed was like the setting. Yeah,
and listen, can we talk openly about like pages, for example, like Say Uncle and like all these other ones in which
I kind of like that one.
Well, the thing is like, Say Uncle has like subdivisions, which does get a little nitty gritty.
Some of them are a little bit like,
let's just talk. I mean, we can talk about it again. We're not doing anything.
Fun Size Boys. That's the one that's I'm like.
Miss Fun Size Boys. They make it. They want to make sure it's fun size.
They said this bitch is gonna look barely 18. But then you look up the porn star and they're like 28. Yeah.
So they're doing character work. I understand.
They're Meryl. Hollywood Reporter Roundtable. Sucking dick in the dressing room, diva. Let's get into it.
Tell us.
I know you've done it.
Imagine a round table with like this like porn actress being like, yes,
and us moderating.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's pitch it.
What a pitch to actually elevate porn stars and the fucking sex workers.
Meanwhile, all of my jokes are like Like I mean, all my questions are jokes. I'm not taking any of it seriously.
No, I would be doing all the questions because you probably would just be like.
I'd be like, so which one of you want to fuck me?
Nobody.
I'm like, so wait. No, my question. You asked like. So how has it been, when you first started in the industry to where you are now? And then it's my question. It's like, raise your hand if you want to fuck me.
No, but also like the interview's over and like I say bye. Okay, bye, Nick. And you see me going with them. And like, oh no, we're just gonna go have some drinks. Like we already planned the orgy, and you're
and like, I'm like, without me?
We're like, yeah, sorry. They decided it was me who they wanted.
That just made me think of there's this video. I'm gonna play it real quick. I cut. I was gonna send this to you, but then I just will show it to you now. This is like from this girl's TikTok. And she like it's like this really long video in which she's like trying to call out some like lesbian like New York like influencer or something, and she's like recalling like an evening at a bar, but this is what she says, and I thought it was so funny. I was like, I just have to clip it.
You're laughing at her fucking. No, you're laughing at her misery.
No, also she dresses like me.
Oh, she's you. No. Oh, she's you, mama. All you need is glasses.
They decide to yell out, "Yeah, you, they, them, bitches." With me and my friends' pronouns are she, her.
That's like, and that's me getting turned away from the orgy. Yeah. Like, sorry, no, they, them, bitches.
Yeah, you, they, them.
And then like, but my pronouns are he, him. He, they.
And we're like, well, you don't look at. Gotta look more he, mama. You gotta look more he. You're
not giving he.
You're not giving he. But anyway,
yeah, you say them bitches.
Yeah, you. That could be the title of it.
No, I thought that was so funny, and I know I'm so sorry to this girl, but like this video that I came up with my For You page, and I also haven't opened TikTok in like literally months, but like that was one of the first things that came up, and it was like a fresh video, and it was like 4 or 5 minutes long, and I watched it on like 2 times like the speed.
You're like, ugh.
But I was like, it was so dumb. I was like, girl, you're yelling.
Like, get to the allegation.
I was like, get to the point, and that was it. It was just apparently some girl outside a club was, yeah, you, they, them, bitches. That's all she said. Whoa. And she's like, I know, and she's calling for this like this girly like whole career to be like the not even this girl, because they don't know who called them they them bitches. But apparently it was outside a queer event, and so they're trying to call for the cancellation of the person who runs the queer event.
Why? But that wasn't because they did it.
Because
they invited somebody.
No, because those are the kinds of people that are coming to your events.
Girl, if you had any inkling at every fucking room you go to, there's gonna be someone who's like an asshole and problematic. Like,
I just thought it was so funny.
It is very.
And
hilarious.
I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to that
to that they them.
No, that she her. She made it very clear. She goes. She said, "Me and my friends' pronouns are she her."
All right,
Thank you.
So it should have been she her bitches, not they them bitches. Stop misgendering me.
I think
I'm a she her bitch.
I just think they them bitches is such a funny diss.
They them bitches.
I'm like, what is supposed to be like?
They them peaches. Drag name.
Work on it. Wait,
hold on. But let me finish my thought on the porn sites because so Fun Size Boys is part of like Miss Uncle, but they also have one where it's literally like this one, the one where it's like they're all slaves, like sex slaves.
I'm sorry, which one is that?
Have you not seen that one? It's part of the brand.
Oh, Boys for Sale.
Boys for Sale.
I don't like those ones.
But I mean, if we're gonna talk about this,
but openly, the daddies, no. This is my problem with it. Well, I have a couple of problems.
I know, but so let me get to both of, so we can address this. We can actually have an open discussion about this. So my question is, and also meant to be an actual question. And please, if you want to go in the comments and give us your own thoughts about this, we want to have an open dialogue here. And I'm gonna be funny actually.
You they the bitch.
Because. What is the difference? Again, ask a question. What is the difference between Miss Ace Carter independently posting a video that's clearly coded for like a specific fetish, which again I did not see, so please take me at my word of ignorance.
I didn't see it either.
What's the difference between Miss Ace Carter producing a video that's like meant to be, fetishy in that sense, and an actual production company that literally has a subdivision called Boys for Sale?
Well, the difference is,
and let me just, and the whole setting is literally the premise of all of these videos is here is 5 adult-looking men in like suits and white button-downs, and then this little fun-size thing who's clearly for sale, naked in a cage.
I think the major difference is one doesn't try to convince the audience that the subject is underage. I think the issue with the Ace Carter video that people were having was that they were doing such a severe role play that it was borderline.
It implied
pedophilia.
Yeah, so it implied that the person at hand, the fetish or like the thing
was for someone underage. The
simulation was you're underage,
because it was like in a tiny like twin bed, and like the bedding was very childish, like, which
we've also seen videos like that. But I guess
I would the Boys for Sale videos, it's in a pitch black studio. There's no indication of like age.
The fun size ones, like, I mean,
the Fun Size Boys, I don't really watch.
Yeah, but the Say Uncle girl, the Say Uncle ones, a lot of them, literally the premise of the video is like, you're my dad and you're fucking me with your friend. That's literally the premise.
Right, but they're not fucking in like a child's bedroom. They're fucking on a couch, or they're fucking in like
we're cool with incest roleplay. Like, we go as
I love incest roleplay.
I mean, listen, we've talked about the Hungarian fucking twins that fuck each other. Have we ever talked about this on this fucking podcast?
We
have,
probably
I think,
did.
maybe.
We probably did.
Definitely, we talked about it with Miss Town Council members, like all of them.
Sure. But a lot of the daddies that I like, whose work I like, they do the boys for sale videos. But then I don't like how it's directed. I don't like how they make that.
It's really the direction.
No, it's no, 100%.
Script.
No, and there are so many, and I will say this time and time again. When I post gym is when I jerk off. So during the day, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll go to the gym, I come home, I jerk off, I shower, I get ready for work. That time for me to lay in my bed and jerk off is sacred. Yeah. And I spend a lot of time trying to like find the perfect video, you know, to get myself off to. And I will be watching so many videos, whether it's a studio porn or it's an OnlyFans creator, an amateur video, whatever. These bitches don't know how to direct. They don't know where to put the camera. They don't know, like, listen, I'm not expecting everyone to understand. For a studio porn, yeah, I would hope that you have a director who's running the set, knows how to get the shots, and that are good. I'm sorry, I don't need to see 4 minutes just straight through of a dick going into a butt close up. Spread out some other shots. Let me see a wide shot. Let me see.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I will say, Nick, too, like, I feel like when there's too many shots, whenever you find the one shot that you like, you want it to be able to hold long enough for you to get off.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because I hate it when, like, oh, you finally get to the angle that you want, and then it's just like, oh, it's only like fucking 10 seconds, and like it switches again.
But that's like, but yeah. But then there are videos where,
because some people might be getting off literally to that.
Well, maybe. Sure. And listen, my taste is different, I'm sure, from so many people's taste.
Yeah, but also think of this. Maybe they've done the research and the metrics say that people's engagement, it's just more sustained when it is those shots.
I mean, I guess. I mean, but it just bothers me. Like, I like to see the top. Like, I like to see the top.
Me too. I have to see the face.
And when it's a video where you see the entirety of the bottom, but you're only seeing like from the chest, not even the chest, but like the stomach down of the top, and it's just like the bottom getting fucked, like that POV shot. I don't get anything from that. I don't like that. You should
start directing porn. You talk about this a lot.
I would be really good at it, but the thing is like that's not ultimately the goal. I mean, listen, if there's any porn stars who are listening or OnlyFans creators that would love to pay me to direct and edit their videos, please, I'll do it. Like, I will do it.
It will be a casting couch situation.
No.
Nick will be asking you to show the goods.
I will just be happy to be there and get it a check. I just want to get paid. I just want to get paid. But I also am just like, because there's so many people who have like such talent for what they do, but it's just not being captured in the way that really, I think, uplifts.
Yeah. And I guess to wrap up that combo, it's like, okay, well, when you go to these porn studio sites, or when they actually, I mean, it doesn't matter where you find the video, as long as the actual production company who is producing the video clearly states, there's always a disclaimer at the beginning of these videos. It's like, the following situation is fictional. Every single actor in this fucking video is above 18. Like, they make it very clear, where I guess
OnlyFans, they don't do that.
You don't do that. So if you're gonna be doing role play fetish, you need to be damn sure that at the beginning of your video is like, this whole thing is fake. That being said, anything that deals with like the fantasy of someone being underage is gross.
Well, yeah,
it's definitely disgusting and it's wrong. And you know, I mean, I'm sure some people still consume Miss Ace Carter's, just like you clearly love to sing along to Michael Jackson songs at the very. I
was so off key.
I don't like it. I actually don't like it, and I really resent that you actually continue singing it, because I don't like Miss Michael Jackson. I
don't stop. I'm a good friend. I'll stop.
Thank you. But you know, it's like, I guess. Oh, what got us here? Oh. Because back to Miss Timothy Champagne and people who are boring.
And then after this, we'll get into the Pioneers and Trailblazers.
You know, Miss Timothy started out with Ace doing collabs, and with Ace was actually fucking Miss Timothy. She was most of the bottom. And then they started collaborating,
and then they were tag teaming the bottoms.
Yeah, the bottoms. All those videos are so boring.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, yeah. But like, literally, it's just like.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I find Ace Carter and Timothy Champagne so boring. Like, I
still go back to some of those videos, because I'm just like, I just think that they're hot looking.
Sure.
And sometimes the fantasy of just me thinking about them having sex is enough.
I will say not to what's the word? I don't know.
rain on your parade.
No. What's the word? Not to like give
to cut you off.
Not to give Miss Ace Carter her flowers after she got canceled. But there is a video that I came across.
With the work.
I will say there was a
Blue Jasmine. Woody Allen's great.
She's only had one video that I've ever liked, and it was a couple of weeks ago. I saw this was pre-cancellation. Where
please repeat that pre-cancellation.
I can't remember who the bottom was, but it was an OnlyFans video between Ace Carter and some bottom, and you could tell that the bottom was like really tight and like made it very clear that like they needed to like be warmed up like significantly, and he was like, Ace Carter was like so soft and was like, he was like, yeah, just take it easy. Like, he was like talking to him through it, which in a way I had never seen, because normally he's like, yeah. And I'm like,
bro, come on, bro.
And I hate that. That's so performative. And I'm like,
I love it.
And I'm like, just be yourself. And it was the first time I was like, oh, like you're a real person having sex. And then I was like, wait, I'm kind of into it. He's never made a video like that since.
Didn't do well.
No, I guess not. Because I was the only one that liked it. But I was like, oh, okay. But it was like, I was like, okay, wait, I could kind of get into it. And then I looked him up for more inspiration, and there just wasn't there.
Yeah. But Miss Timothy Champagne leveled up and then started doing her, they parted ways. Then Timothy Champagne decided to do his own content and then like bulked up.
Sure.
In an interest, because I think he's like, he looks like he's very tall. He looks like he's like 6'2". Mind you, Miss Timothy, if you ever want to collab, let me know. Would love to have boring sex with you because I think you're hot. And honestly, he might even know it. Like, some people just like vanilla. Some people people are just jerking off to him, to what he looks like and that. But to answer the townsperson question is, you will never be able to change a person who's not interesting to you. So as long as you're signing yourself up in full knowledge that like, if the person sounds boring, the sex will probably be also boring. But if you just want to fulfill the fantasy, do it. Do it to get it out of your system. But you unfortunately cannot change anybody from being boring, I'm afraid.
Okay, do you have a pioneer?
Why are you cutting us off so early?
I'm not cutting us off early. It's an hour. We're at an hour.
Yeah, but sometimes like, I could go longer, but I guess you don't want to go longer.
Well, I've also haven't been home all day. It's just came from work. You have to edit. I have a dick to suck.
Mom.
Do you have a pioneer?
My pioneer is gonna be it's gonna be oh no, actually I could not talk because I just said I wasn't gonna say anything about that. My pioneer is just Joe's Pub. I truly had a great time. And Miss Swift Bar, Miss Kat and Sean, who we saw at Swift right after, were like, hey! The tech people who were so lovely, and just all the staff there, and everyone was just so amazing, and I had a really great time. So really, the pioneer is gonna be my genuine experience doing my show.
Gorge. My trailblazer for the week is I got back into reading. So reading. I think literacy is really beautiful and important.
Good for you.
I'm currently reading Naked Lunch by William S. Burroughs. Queer author.
Love.
Book from the 50s. It got turned into a David Lynch movie back in like the 90s.
Oh, I love.
I think I watched the movie. I've seen the movie. The movie's very different from the book. But it's a lot.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's about drug addiction.
Oh, we love drug addiction. I was rereading this one portion of Town of Babylon because it was a little bit inspiring and it reminded me of like identity. So for the show, I was kind of going back to a specific moment in the book where it was talking about being Latin, whatever. But my literary agent just gave me this read. It's called High Risk Homosexual by Edgar Gomez, a queer POC who just released their first book.
Congratulations.
So I'm going to be reading that.
Who knew gay people could write?
Who knew? I didn't, but I guess I will. I'll do anything for a check. Anyway, you can follow us at Pioneers and Trailblazers on YouTube and on Instagram.
And TikTok.
And TikTok. Make sure that you're engaging with us. Share, comment something, send us a DM. Just as you know, and you guys have lovingly done so. If you really want to send me a nude, I'm happy to receive them. And I'm happy to engage with you sexually if I think that we're a good sexual compatible match. You can also follow me at, listen to us on Spotify and everywhere you listen. Please continue leaving those reviews. You know what I saw recently? Somebody said that, like, I was watching on YouTube something, and the metrics are all the same. It's like, 10% of all the people that watched this person's videos like actually follow them or like engage in their stuff, and that's what sets you apart. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and 1,000 listeners, we cannot really get there if you don't, help us. So.
Yes, and if you're tired of Peru telling you and yelling at you like he does in every fucking episode.
I'm just reminding them, and this could be someone's first episode. So thank you for listening.
Follow Peru at Hey Peru, Instagram and TikTok, and at Hey Peru _ on Twitter. You can follow me at ClownfaceBinch on TikTok, ClownfaceBitch on Twitter, and Nicholas.Rose on Instagram. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
Bye!